What's going on, everyone? Nathan here. So I believe that the iPad is one of the best tech devices of the past decade, and I think it only falls slightly short to a dedicated laptop, and that's just because of the inherent design of what a tablet is. But there are plenty of accessories that can help bridge the gap between an iPad and a laptop. Apple's accessories are always so unnecessarily expensive, but luckily there are a bunch of great third-party companies out there that make very similar products for a fraction of the price, and one of those companies is called EIP. So right here, I have 4 different accessories on my iPad from EIP that will help you maximize what your iPad can do without also breaking the bank. So quickly before I get into the review, I just want to put it out there that EIP did send me these products to make a review video on, but it is not sponsored, so everything you're about to hear are my own true thoughts and feelings about it. So with that being said, let's get right into the first product, and that is with the keyboard case. So EIP's keyboard case is attempting to replace Apple's Magic Keyboard case for literally a third of the price at just $109. So for the sake of this review, I actually took a trip to Best Buy to test out Apple's Magic Keyboard case, and I wanted to see if it's really worth $200 over this one. This case is compatible with the iPad Pro 1st through 4th generations, as well as the iPad Air 4th and 5th generations. I think this case looks very clean and professional with no branding on the outside, and it also doesn't add too much bulk to your iPad by only weighing 680 grams and only being 16 millimeters thick. Opening the case, you'll find a keyboard with your on and off switch and charging port on the upper right hand side, and there is also a USB-C cable included in the box with this case. The keyboard itself is made out of plastic, while the rest of it feels like a soft pleather material. It has an easy to set magnetic stand with strong magnets that securely holds the back of the iPad to the case, and this ensures that it does not move when pressing either the volume or power buttons. The case mirrors a floating cantilever design supported by a sturdy hinge, allowing it to stay locked in place at various angles, and with a tilt range between 90 and 130 degrees, it can be adjusted for comfortable viewing angles in many different positions. So not only did the magnets and hinge both surprise me with how strong and well they work, I was also pleasantly surprised by the keyboard itself. There are 69 total keys, which include both media and function keys, separate delete and backspace keys, and also the arrow keys are in an upside down T orientation. The typing experience has also been good for me. The keys are slightly small, which is expected for a compact iPad keyboard case, yet the keys are also responsive at the same time. This keyboard features 7 backlight colors with 3 different brightness levels, so whatever time of day it is, you should be able to find a color and a brightness setting that can help you see the keys that much better while using it. And then connecting this to your iPad is extremely easy. You just press the FN and B button at the same time. It'll put into a pairing mode, and you can find it in the settings of the iPad. So I'm not going to compare this keyboard to a mechanical keyboard, as it's just different realms and they have different purposes, but for what this is, being an iPad keyboard case, it does work very well. And just in case you're wondering, here's what it sounds like while typing on it. Just below the keyboard is a trackpad with multi-touch gestures, which also works seamlessly with iPadOS's own gestures. So this trackpad is nothing to write home about, but it's also great enough for just day-to-day use and any kind of tasks, productivity things that you might have to use it for, but it's just nothing compared to an Apple laptop. And again, that's not expected with a keyboard case and of this form factor, so it's definitely good enough for what it is. This case also has a battery life that can last up to 500 hours on standby and 6 hours of continuous use with the backlight on. Additionally, it has an automatic sleep mode to preserve the battery when not in use, so I have really liked the battery life on mine, and just because of that sleep mode, I've forgotten it on a few times after using it, I go back and it just keeps working, so great battery life on this so far. And in case you're wondering, yes, this does support the sleep awake feature, so when you open your iPad, it opens up. When you close it, it turns off. Just a nice little thing to have in a case. So I really do enjoy this case, and I recommend it for so many people out there, especially if you're on a budget and don't want to buy the premium Apple products, because you're gonna save about 2/3 of the money buying this. But it's not perfect, and there are a couple things I want to point out about it. So the first thing is that I wish the trackpad had tap support, so you actually have to click it every single time you want an input to show up, and I've just grown to like the tap input on the MacBook Pro. I wish that was here. It's not a big deal, but just a little something. Another thing is that underneath this trackpad, there's actually 2 separate buttons, one on the left for a left click, one on the right for a right click. And if you click in the middle, you get this awkward kind of double press. And then the last thing, and it's probably just a me problem because I type like a newborn baby ape, but I do wish that there was only just a backspace button and not both a delete and backspace button. They're kind of small, and I just find I keep misclicking and I hit the delete button when I mean to hit the backspace button, and vice versa. So that's just another little thing. They should just combine it, make it a little larger, and just have a backspace button. But those are the three things about this keyboard that I don't love, but again, none of them are deal breakers for me. The next product EIP sent me is their Paperfeel magnetic screen protector, which only cost $20. So to be honest, I must have been sleeping under a rock, but I didn't know that magnetic screen protectors were a thing until I got this one, and I actually really do like it. This is a removable matte textured screen protector. The sides on it have black strips with magnets inside of them that align to the edges on your iPad. This screen protector does not slide around while being written on and needs to be peeled away to actually come off of the iPad. So what I like about this removable magnetic design is that you can decide when you want to have the matte screen protector on and when you don't without ruining the screen protector. So this product also comes with a very nice microfiber cloth with like a magnet on the end of it, and when not in use you also get this plastic folder to store the actual screen protector in, so if you're traveling with it, it'll just help prevent it from breaking or bending in your backpack. This specific screen protector also has an extreme Paperfeel texture on it. Through a special AG sandblasting process, the screen protector has a textured finish to it that replicates the sensation of writing on paper, and this process also helps protect it from scratches and wear. So if you're new to writing on the display of an iPad for the first time, then it might take you a little bit to get used to it. It didn't take me very long, but there is almost no friction to it, so you do find that your stylus slides very easily on it. And I know because I used to do digital art, but digital artists who draw on the iPad really do kind of like and almost need a matte screen protector, as this adds friction and just kind of allows you to control your stylus a little more. So this can help you achieve both of those things as well. So I've had matte screen protectors before in the past, and none of them even come close to how much this actually feels like writing on paper and pencil. And so to help you kind of visualize it, here's a sound test of writing on their screen protector. So I've really enjoyed my time with the screen protector, but there is one thing that I don't love about it, and it's actually in combination with EIP's own keyboard case, and that is when you close it and then reopen it, because there's magnets also in the keyboard side of the case, every single time without fail will pull the screen protector off of my iPad and then onto the keyboard. So when I open up the case, the screen protector is on the keyboard and it's not on the iPad. I just wish there was a little more like uniformity. Again, it's not a deal breaker. You can just quickly put it on and it auto aligns. But that's the one little thing that I don't like about this. Besides that, it's a great screen protector. So the next product EIP sent me is their Pencil Pro iPad stylus. This stylus is meant to do everything Apple's $130 second gen stylus can do, but for $40. This has an almost exact design as the Apple Pencil, but weighs 12 grams less. It supports magnetic wireless charging through the side of the iPad and has both palm rejection and tilt sensitivity capabilities. So the only way that you're gonna be able to tell the difference between this stylus and Apple's own, on the flat edge at the top, it says EIP instead of the Apple logo, and also on the base of the pencil, you'll find a glowing green light. This light indicates that the pencil is on and ready to be written with. To turn it on, all you do is tap on the bottom of the pencil and then the light will begin to flash. And in this current state, you can begin to write on your iPad, and you only need to connect it when you want to see live updates of the battery left inside the pencil. And speaking of battery life, this pencil can get 12 hours of continuous writing time on just 70 minutes of charging, so pretty good battery life in this as well. And in case you can't charge it through the iPad itself, EIP also provides a little wireless charging cable to charge the pencil up. This pencil also has an auto sleep mode, so just after 5 minutes of not use, it'll enter into this mode, and it's just yielded some great battery life for me overall. It gets all the iPadOS shortcuts, so you don't lose quick note or screenshots with it, and I have not noticed a difference in latency or precision when using this compared to Apple's own pencil. So the only slight difference I've noticed between the two pencils is that EIP's tips are ever so slightly rougher or just feel a little less polished, but besides that, it's pretty much the same pencil, and for a third of what Apple's charging, I think this is probably just the better option overall than the Apple Pencil. And then the final product EIP sent me are their own silicone pencil nibs or tip cover caps that cost $10. These come in a variety of 8 colors and they simply slide onto the tip of the stylus, which will help protect it from wearing down over time. Because they are silicone, they create more friction on the surface of the iPad, which helps to improve the writing experience for some if you don't like how sleek the regular screen feels with the stylus. So even though that these make the tip of your stylus ever so slightly thicker, I really don't feel like I lose any precision. And what's also cool is that these essentially make your writing experience silent. As before, like with just like a regular iPad screen, you hear like tip tapping. With this, it's pretty silent and you can't hear it at all while writing. So for my time testing these, I found that on the regular iPad screen, these work perfectly fine and they don't fall off on their own. But unfortunately, when you combine these tips also with EIP's textured screen protector, that becomes too much friction. And then as you just start writing, it actually just drags and pulls it off. So again, I wish there was a little better like unity between all these products. So that's my only gripe with them. But besides that, if you just want a little more friction with your styluses, then I do recommend these. And just for 10 bucks, like you really can't go wrong. It'll protect both your screen and your styluses a little more and make them last longer over time. So my final thoughts on EIP's iPad accessories is that they are great alternative options to Apple's really expensive products while also adding some additional protection and functionality to your setup. With these accessories, you can further bridge the gap between where iPads fall short to laptops, making it much easier to be more productive when it comes to writing papers, working on Excel files, and giving you an almost exact paper on pencil writing experience with the magnetic screen protector. So while I don't think all these products work flawlessly together, I do think that they're good enough to get any student out there going and get the most out of their iPad without also breaking the bank. So if you're interested in any of these products, then I'll leave links down in the description below so you can easily find them. And once again, thank you EIP for sending these to me. I do plan on using them in the future with my iPad as well. So that's gonna be the video. If you enjoyed it, then please don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe. And as always, have a great day, everyone. Cheers. So not only did both the hinge and the magnets on this